You train 4 days a week. Should you use push-pull legs or upper-lower? Both can build muscle, but choosing the wrong split for your schedule can make your training unnecessarily difficult. So let's compare them and figure out which one actually makes sense for you.
Let's start with PPL. The idea is simple. Push, chest, shoulders, triceps. Pull, back, biceps, rear delts, legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves. Then you repeat. For example, Monday, push. Tuesday, pull. Wednesday, legs. Thursday, push. Friday, pull. Saturday, legs. Sunday, rest. Pretty clean. Every muscle gets its own dedicated day, and you have plenty of room for exercises. But there's one obvious problem. You need to train a lot. 6 days isn't impossible, but if you have a job, school, family, or literally anything else going on, missing one workout can throw off the entire rotation. And now your perfectly organized PPL split looks a lot less perfect.
Now, look at upper-lower. Instead of separating everything into 3 days, you divide your body into 2, upper body and lower body. For example, Monday, upper. Tuesday, lower. Wednesday, rest. Thursday, upper. Friday, lower. Weekend, rest. That's 4 training days. And here's the interesting part. You're still training each major muscle group twice per week.
Upper-lower sounds perfect until you actually look at the workouts. Your upper day can get crowded. Chest, back, shoulders, biceps, triceps. That's a lot of muscles in one session. If you try to do 5 exercises for every muscle, congratulations, you've created a 3-hour workout. That's obviously not the goal. You have to prioritize. Maybe your upper day starts with bench press, then rows, then an overhead press, then a pull down, then a couple of arm movements. You're training the important stuff without turning the workout into a full-time job.
Here's where people expect me to say PPL is better or upper-lower is better. But that's not how this works. If both programs give you enough effective training, the split itself isn't what makes your chest grow, or your back, or your legs. Your training does. The split simply determines how you organize that training.
PPL becomes really attractive when you have 5 or 6 days available, because you can spread your exercises out. You don't have to cram chest, back, shoulders, and arms into the same workout. You can give each muscle group more attention. And if you enjoy being in the gym frequently, that's a huge advantage. You might genuinely prefer push, pull, legs, rather than trying to fit everything into an upper body session.
But if you're training 4 days per week, upper-lower is extremely hard to beat. You get 2 upper sessions, 2 lower sessions, 3 recovery days, and your schedule stays consistent. There's also another advantage. If you miss Monday, you don't have to completely rethink your week. You can simply move the workout. The structure is much more forgiving.
This is where I'd keep things even simpler. If you're brand new, you probably don't need 6 different training days. You need to learn the movements, get stronger, build good technique, and actually become consistent. A simple upper-lower routine can work extremely well. And if you're only training 3 days, I'd go with full body instead. You don't need a fancy split just because you've joined a gym.
So don't ask, which split is scientifically the best? Ask, how many days can I realistically train every week? If the answer is 3, full body. If it's 4, upper-lower. If it's 5, you have several good options. And if it's 6, PPL becomes a very convenient choice. That's much more useful than blindly copying someone's program.
Stop looking for the magical workout split. Pick one that fits your life, then spend the next few months getting stronger at it. That's where the results actually come from.